Well guys, we are back. Everything we did yesterday still looks absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, the wind is still blowing. It is still colder than crap. It's like the end of March. It should be nice, like spring weather. I'm about over it. All right, let's get rolling. We got some pipe to get in the ground today. Hang on, door. All right, we got the laser set up. We actually just went ahead and moved it on down a little bit closer to us so we're not stretching such a long distance. There's room for air. I did double check our grade, our slope, our percent. 0.2%, still what we're running, and we're still dead on to where we need to come out at, man. It looks so deep right here, but that hole really falls off. We're trying to drain on the other side. I posted some pictures, come on. I posted some pictures of this job on Facebook last night. A couple of you guys had some questions and concerns about running this, I'm gonna air quote, flimsy single wall pipe this deep in the ground without taking some sort of precautions. The precautions are anywhere from, need to have a special attachment on my bucket that makes a little bit of a curved indention. Would that be concaved indention in the bottom of the pipe to kind of protect it a little bit. Some people said we need to backfill with a little bit of stone, a couple feet of stone to protect it. And all I can do, guys, is go based off my experience. And I can tell you right now, my experience, if you take the time to get a little bit of loose dirt around that pipe to where it's semi-protected, to where it's not going to have any big dirt clods or anything major fall on it and create a pressure point. What I've dug up over the years is the deeper this pipe is, the better shape it's in. I know that sounds crazy, but usually what is most harmful to this pipe is whatever happens on top of the ground, from point loading, from equipment, to freezing and thawing and stuff like that. I'm not saying an indention or attachment on this bucket or some rock wouldn't be beneficial, but cost comes into play, guys. Cost comes into play. We got to do this the most cost-effective way we can, and the most cost-effective way to do this is just to take our time, get that first couple feet backfilled properly with some good loose dirt, kind of cocoon that pipe. Then after that, we just wanted to let it naturally settle out. We don't want to run equipment up and down the track. We want to let it get a couple rains on it and let it kind of naturally settle itself out. And then pipe should be in pretty good shape. That's what we've, like I said, what I've found over the years is usually the shallower the pipe is, the more likely it is to get damaged versus the deeper. So that's my thought process on that. Hopefully it makes a little bit of sense, and one day we may build something that clamps on the bottom of this bucket where we can get down there and kind of make a little bed for it to lay in. But the real test is eventually, I think we may end up finding this line, teeing onto it and running a couple laterals up here in the field. And if that's the case, it'll be a year or two from now, and we'll get a really good bird's eye view of what that pipe looks like after being in the ground for a couple years, whether or not it's damaged or not, or in good shape. So I went to get more pipe. I'm gonna get a little bit dug ahead of them here, and then we got the we're about 7 feet now, and about 20 feet behind me we're going to be 8.5, 9 feet deep for a short period of time, and then we're going to start losing depth really quick, and I am looking forward to that. So stay tuned. Oh, I had to get out and stretch for a little bit. The great dig continues. Whew. That's like 2.5 hours of straight digging, as you guys can tell behind me. We are out of pipe, so Matt's getting the other roll unspooled, but we just about got it right there where the laser's at. Actually offset a little bit. I wanted to make sure we were plenty clear of the fiber optic when we come down. We actually did have this located. It goes out that way, out that way. Nothing on this side when we're digging, but there was no need to push our luck and be any closer than what we need. And if we can get just to the front side of the tractor there, we're going to start losing depth very, very, very quickly, and hopefully start heading over the hill. So now we just about got it. If we can just get to right there, that last little bit's going to go fast.
We got 250 more feet.
Yeah, and 100 of it. 100 of it's deep, and the rest of it's not. All right, you got a string pipe, and I'll keep digging.
Yes, sir.
Since it's cold outside, we're going to try to gently hold this with the excavator while Matt drives. He's having... Yeah, go ahead. He's having a hard time keeping his pipe put. Oh, that you're locked up on something. Something's not spinning. I think you got her going now, bud. All right, Matt's getting his pipes back together. Let me tell you, that was an adventure getting that off there. I don't know what went wrong, but it definitely didn't go right. I'm gonna keep on digging here for a little bit. Hopefully we start losing some depth here pretty quick, because we need to plane out back there somewhere. And that way we can pick up the speed. I think right now we're getting about 100 feet an hour, about 7 foot deep. So I think we got about another 100 feet of this. Then we should be 3 to 4 feet deep for the rest of it. So we're down to the last 100 feet, and we're 5 foot or less. Do we dare use the plow?
There's no daring, there's only an absolute.
We're probably gonna have to cut that pipe, put a coupler on it. Do we have one?
I'll find one for that.
Why don't you go find a coupler, and I'll go get a plow.
In 4.
All right, on the way back to get the towel plow, I decided I'd go ahead and backfill this a little bit and make sure it's good. And then I realized probably should have started on this end, worked that way. Hoping I didn't screw myself. And slinky this pipe. It gets too much slack here on the end and causes a little bit of a roof or a little bit of a hump. But if we didn't do that, it'll prove that we did a pretty good job backfilling. So let's find out.
Gee whiz, I've been down here on this end waiting on you forever. Where have you been? You're finally in sight. What we got? 75 feet to go?
All I gotta say is it's a long ways across there with the old mile though.
That was a long dig. Coming out nice though. I don't know why he started on the other end of the pipe backfilling it. Hopefully we don't end up with a kink right here. Actually looks like it's going to end up pretty darn good. I think that sucker's going to just lay perfectly flat right in the bottom of that trench. Would you look at that? Didn't even move. It honestly didn't even move on this end.
Yeah, that gives me a lot of confidence we got it pretty good, because if we would have stressed that pipe at all, we would have gained distance.
All thanks to the grade rod van.
I'm not for sure about that one.
Well, now let's think about it. Without the grade rod man, that excavator doesn't get as accurate unless you're climbing in and out. Hey, stop it! We all know it's truth. The operator's only as good as the grade. I was the guy on the grade rod, and I bet you he edits all this out. Are you done now?
All right, Matt's gonna walk the track hoe back to the other end because we're probably gonna need it to finish up the very end, the riser. I'm gonna walk down here, we're gonna fire up the old plow and see what happens. I don't have my laser chaser here, and it's actually raining a little bit, and no more what we're gonna plow. We're just gonna go old school with the magnetic one here. And the main thing is, let's see if this works. We got a lot of 8-inch pipes put in the ground this year, and I'm gonna feel a whole lot better seeing it go through that plow with no issues. I don't foresee any issues, but until you actually do it, you just don't know. So let's find out. Have I mentioned it is cold outside? Holy. Oh. Let's let this thing warm up a little bit before we just take off trucking like a fool. All right, so we're just gonna cut this pipe and put a coupler in it right there. That way we can get it fed down through the plow. Otherwise we'll have to backfeed it up, and that's just a pain in the butt. Matt's down there. He's basically getting a length on it down there, so we'll basically know how much pipe we need. Let's get this thing in the ground, see what happens. Is that the magic spot?
It is now. No turning back.
That pipe is tougher than what you give it credit for in some aspects, isn't it?
Oh, shoot.
Don't cut yourself. That'd be a bad way to end a Friday.
That's why I slowed down.
All right. I see one issue. We got it. I guess it don't, well, yeah, I guess it will matter. We need to get our pipe on the other side of the dozer. Somebody parked the dozer right in the way.
The only reason why it's there right now is because I wanted to get a good measurement,
Yeah.
see?
I just parked in the way. I'll take blame for that one.
That's a first.
We can bring pipe into the plow either way. We found out it works better if we have it on, what is that, the right side looking back. It a little fewer chances of it interfering with our laser beam. We got the option to go that way, so that's what we're gonna do. Question is, since we're going to be 5 foot deep, do we pre-rip here for a little bit, or do we just go for it? What do you guys think? I say we go for it. You'll be happy to know the heat don't work in the dozer.
Liar. That cab and that Volvo felt like a freaking Sonic. Look how red my hands are, and your cab felt like a Sonic.
Well, it's definitely not working in there. I need to turn the heater control valves on.
Ugh.
Well, if you'd work faster, we'd be done by now.
Work faster, bud. You're the one who sets the timing.
Put the coupler in.
Oh no, it's time for me to complain late on a Friday. Pull my pants up while I'm complaining.
All right. Sure hope this works. The question in the cab was the pre-rip or not. I think we got it.
Pre-rip?
I think the 0850's
Well,
got
now
it.
you've done proved the answer to that was 6 inch.
Yeah.
Don't pre-rip.
I think we got it. Let's just do it.
Go big or go home, big boy.
All right, let me pull that out of there. I'll back up and set that plow down in there.
All right, Oh, he ain't gonna listen to me. He's gotta keep lowering it. He gonna make it harder on me is what he's gonna do.
You ready to see if she'll go?
I'm ready, are you ready?
Do it. Come on.
Big pipe there.
Well, it's a good sign it went through the plow and onto the pipe.
Now let's see if it continues.
We'll get our grade control set up over here. All right, here we go.
Ready when you are.
We'll go pretty easy here first. You ready?
I am ready, and I'm gonna hold my mic button on, so if you pull on the pipe too hard, I can just let you know. Go ahead. Coming out of there pretty good, honestly. I'd say it's probably twice the tension of 6-inch, but it's coming out of there just fine. Still doing good. Laying that 8 inch. Sorry, my mic started hollering at me saying I held the button too long. Laying that 8 inch right on grade. All right, well, our coupler stayed in place. Not even pulling on the pipe at all now. See the 8 inch going right in there just like a dream. feed's basically out.
Pipe in.
Say again?
Just the pipe out the end.
It just came out. I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Well, Mr. Millennial, I don't know if I'm more relieved the plow worked with 8-inch or we actually hit grade.
Both. That's a twofer.
Wouldn't that be a real bummer? We ended up all the way down here and would have been good. But yeah, we come through this ditch right here, guys. This right here is what we were wanting to drain. We wanted to be about a foot below it, which gives us about 2 foot of cover up through there for a while. And we nailed it. Plow worked. I'm not sure if that 8-inch don't go through better than the 6-inch.
It sounds like it doesn't go through as good, but it goes. The only thing I noticed at the connection point was it pulled about twice as hard, which is not much force at all.
Yeah, it's not much at all. It feeds down through there. I bet you if we put some dish soap or something in there, it'd even help it a little bit.
Pipe lubricant.
Pipe lubricant, is that what it is? Need some good old-fashioned pipe lube.
We need some lube, bud.
All right, let's get this backfill and call it.
Let's do it. On the great dig. Time to shove it all in with the J. Oh, Mikey boy forgot to pull his plow up. What is that, you say? What is that? Huh? What is that?
Whole durability test, and in case Captain Cleveland drives, we know it'll take a rear hit.
So true. It all has to be tested for Captain Cleveland. Plug the hole up real nice with dirt.
This is honestly the first little bit of dirt I pushed with these new pads. I did push a little bit over by the back side here the other day, but I can definitely tell a difference in these ground conditions on how much better this dozer pushes. It pushes so much straighter. I don't know if it pushes better. It's just much more controllable, I guess, would be the main thing. Very happy with them so far. If you guys can see, they definitely don't have any problem pulling this plow, so that's good. Unfortunately, guys, we are running out of time here this evening. I gotta go pick up Gunner from baseball practice and have dinner with the family, so the good news is the pipe's in. We know we can plow 8-inch. Bad news is I think this is gonna bleed over until the morning, so I'll see you guys then. All right, guys, we are back for yet another day on this. This is turning into the job that just will not end. Sun is out, but the wind is still just whipping. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the camera or not, but first things first this morning, we need to dig down, find this pipe we plowed on through, and get our T and riser on there. That pipe should only be about 12 inches deep to the bottom of it if we did our job right. One method is we could use a shovel, but I'm feeling kind of lazy and I hope I don't regret this decision. We're gonna fire the old Volvo up and see if we can at least skim off the top of it and make our lives a little easier digging. So let's try not to destroy the pipe. That'd be very beneficial this morning. All right, it shouldn't be very deep at all right here. That is one thing kind of nice about this smooth face bucket, is it is a little bit forgiving on that tile. Just gotta take small bites and not get too carried away. I guess if I was smart, I'd dig more on this side. If I damage it over there, it don't matter. Right there it is. See it? I see it. Easy does it. I think we got her. I think we got her. Like a lot of things now, due to the pandemic, we can't get 8-inch tees. So our local tile supplier actually custom makes some that'll, actually I think they might be better than the real thing. Oh man, I need a battery. So let's get this pipe cut, see if we can get it wiggled in there. Oh, of course, dead battery. Well, there it is, guys. We got another field carrot planted. Now, the way this should work is there's actually a T here that this riser will go into, or you can put a small hole riser. And this small hole riser right here is actually intended to be subgrade. You put the big hole riser above grade. That's kind of what meters the water going into the pipe. But the small hole riser is made into this, and we knew we weren't going to have the depth to get all this on there, so I just basically drilled the small hole out to the large hole. We got a spot right here. This is actually on the property line. You can see the stake right there, and there's a hump in the ditch going that way. There's a hump in the ditch going that way, which is obviously what we dug through. And this water, we're very fortunate right now. Usually it's like a foot of water stands here at all times. If you guys can see the big brown area out there in the field, most years it's unplantable. So hopefully with this pipe in here this year, it will be plantable. So we're going to take the excavator, open this ditch back up, carve in around that a little bit, and make sure it's good to go. Get the rest of our ditch cleaned up. Woo, we're done. There it is, guys. That is a thing of beauty, and I am glad to see that thing down. That water is actually draining down the pipe. It's just going down through the loose dirt and getting in there. So let's hop on the dozer, finish backfill. Hey, did you come to visit?
Mikey's talking to you.
Did you come to visit?
He came to help. Put him to work.
Are you gonna be an inspector or helper? You want to film today? Can you be camera crew?
There you go.
You got it?
The faster we get this job done, quicker it gets to our
Say,
job.
Uncle Chris got mad at him yesterday for touching his camera.
Oh no. Well, here, I'll let you take this one. All right.
Get it?
Did you get some good video? High five. Or is that a low five? Good job. That's gonna be the last push with this dozer right here. I think we'll get the rest of it with the small dozer. Let's get this one parked up and hop on the little Ford. You keep hanging out around here, people are gonna think this is actually your farm.
No, no, I ain't good enough for this one. See, this is too flat for a field I farm.
I like the ones with a little bit of grade in them, like you farm, because I don't have to dig near as deep.
I'd say you don't even need a laser for mine. That's all straight uphill.
There's a pipe down there somewhere. I promise you, Farmer Chris.
Pretty deep, huh?
It's deep.
We gonna get water drained down to it?
Oh yeah. Well, most of it's gonna go in that end of that big hole up there.
Back there. Did you put some gravel on top of it to get the rock down to it?
No, we live commenters right here. We strategically placed dirt.
Okay.
I told them we're going to eventually tie onto this and plow out in the field, so we'll figure out whether my theory is true or not.
Yeah, you can pattern tile off of it now.
My experience, and you've seen it too, a lot of times the deeper they are, the better shape they are.
Yep.
Less disturbance from the surface. So
The deeper it is, the further out you're going to drain, tell you the truth.
Right.
Because it's got a certain trajectory it's going to drain, it'll pull more water into it.
So the main purpose of this is to be a future main line, but right now it's to drain that
wet hole
big wet hole down there. So,
yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna switch machines and polish her off. Well guys, I actually waited a few days to film the ending clip to this video. They were forecasting a whole bunch of rain. I thought it'd be really cool to get some video of this thing actually working. We did get some rain, but it was not near enough to actually get it to run into the pipe here, so that'll have to wait for another day. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give the video a big thumbs up. Definitely helps out the channel. We got a lot of other cool stuff coming, so I would consider subscribing. That way we can catch you guys on the next one. Later.